Hey, everybody. Happy Monday night and welcome to the stress class. I'm so glad y'all are here. Okay, so yay. I know that a lot of y'all are cooking dinner and doing things. If you can turn on your camera, I love to see faces. If not, I get it because I watch a lot of classes without my video on. No big deal. But anyway, hi, Mom. Take a drink. Candy in Colorado, my friend. Hey. Okay, so yes, Alicia and Claire and DJ and Emily, thank y'all so much for coming out. Okay, so we had over 30 people register and we have 16 in here right now, so I'm hoping that I'm not going to be admitting people over the next 10 minutes. Here we go. Let me just admit these last couple. This topic is really close to my heart because stress almost killed my husband. So we are no strangers to stress. Unfortunately, I wish I was not as familiar with it as I am, but I feel like a pro on the topic at this point in my life. Can anybody relate to that? Probably. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about our journey with stress, and then we'll move on into just where our society is and then what we can do about it, okay? So my husband and I got married the week he started dental school. We couldn't wait till after he was finished, could we? We had to jump into the most stressful part of his life. We don't regret it. It was good to go through that together. It was like growing up together, but it was stressful. He squeezed 4 years of dental school into 3 years, which was a wonderful thing for him to do, but it put a lot of stress on his body. And then he went on to open up a practice that grew very quickly because he has a business mind. But when you grow a practice really quickly, that is stressful. He quickly employed over 15 women and was doing over $1 million in just a couple of years. And we were having babies and it was a lot on his body. He had a lot of symptoms that we couldn't put our finger on, and we went to the emergency room dozens of times. We went to a lot of doctors, like, what's wrong with him? Like, why does he have heart palpitations? What is with his back? Why are his emotions up and down? He began to suffer anxiety and depression because those go hand in hand. Finally, we found a doctor who spoke truth to us, which we are forever grateful for. And he looked at my husband. First of all, he took my husband. He said, I need you to step out. And he talked to me by myself. And he said, your husband is overstressed. And if he doesn't change something, he will die. And then he brought my husband back in and he just said, you need to change the way you think and you need to change the way you live, or you will not live past the age of 45. That's how bad it was. So we're forever grateful for this doctor who pinpointed that my husband's daily life choices, even though they were filled with blessings, were very stressful and he needed to slow things down. So, oops, that slide went with that. That is my husband, and we've been married for 32 years, and I'm happy to announce that he lived past 45, and he's healthier now today than he has been in our entire marriage. He runs several miles a day, and he only works 3.5, 4-ish days a week because he took that doctor at his word, and he slowed down greatly. But in the process, he did try what other doctors were throwing at him. And that was stress pills, nerve pills, and sleeping pills. And he did learn that those things are not a long-term solution. And they weren't really even a short-term solution because they didn't make him feel better. They made him feel like trash when he was on all of this medication. He didn't feel balanced. He didn't feel rested. He never felt fully awake. So that's not an answer. If you are there right now, I hope that you'll find hope tonight. Because there is hope for you. You can take control of your health. You are your greatest advocate, and I'm glad that you're here. So stress is a silent killer. The American Academy of Family Physicians estimates that 2/3 of doctor visits are for stress-related conditions. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, 50 million Americans will feel the effects of a panic attack, phobias, or other anxiety disorders. The United States is now the most anxious nation in the world. Stress-related ailments cost the nation $300 billion every year in medical bills and lost productivity. $300 billion. Stress is expensive, to say the least. So throughout human history, infection caused most disease and death. It should, right? You think. You get sick from infection, you catch a disease, and you die. Today, the number one health enemy is actually stress. Stress lowers the immune system and changes the body's responses. So have you ever had a big event coming up, maybe a wedding or I don't know, just you had a presentation coming up and all of a sudden you get a nasty fever blister in the middle of your face or you catch a cold or you get sick. Well, and it came at a very inconvenient time. That is your body telling you something. The signs of stress are fever blisters, lethargy, heart palpitations. You're prone to colds when you're stressed. You have blood flow issues, secretion issues. You have anxiety and depression. You have backaches, headaches, chest pain, and muscle spasms. So if your heart is spazzing, if your stomach is spazzing, if you have spasms and you're like, I must have a freaky disease, you might just be more than likely overstressed. So let's cover blood flow issues. What does that mean even? Like, how can you have blood flow issues? Well, think about it. When you get embarrassed, you're in a stressful situation, what happens? Blood rushes to your cheeks and you get bright red, like all the blood in your body. It feels like all the blood in your body goes straight to your cheeks, right? And then when you can feel yourself getting embarrassed, what happens? You get more embarrassed, you get more flushed. It starts going down your neck. And before you know it, you're like, why am I even here? Stop looking at me. Everybody's looking at me. Am I the only one who's ever been in that situation? I don't know. Okay, so, but it's not just coming to the face when you're stressed. When you're stressed, when a man is stressed during intimacy, blood flow constricts, inhibiting performance. So that's very inconvenient too. What is it with blood going to all the wrong places when you're stressed? When you're stressed, your hands and your feet can either get super hot and sweaty or really cold and clammy because you're having blood flow issues because you're stressed. So, you want to learn to breathe deeply and change the way you think. And we have oils to help you. Okay, you're also going to have secretion issues. You will get soaked in sweat. Isn't that just the worst when your armpits, you're out somewhere and you're all dressed up and then you feel stressed. Maybe you're about to give that speech and what happens? You're dripping wet. Or your tongue will go completely dry because the secretion issues, all the secretions left your tongue. These are signs of stress that I want you to be able to identify. When you notice that your blood is going in the wrong place or all the fluid in your body is not in the right place, you are stressed. And I want you to identify it in your mind and be able to change the direction of what your body is doing. You can do it. The mind is a powerful tool that God has given us. Whoops, hold on here. Dr. Sheldon Cohen did an experiment on 400 volunteers in Salisbury, England. He used a psychological test to determine the current stress level of the volunteers. He squirted a cold virus up their noses, gross. Then he quarantined them and watched. Both groups got sick, but several days later, the high stress group looked way different. They were very sick. They had more red noses, more raspy voices, more watery eyes, and more deep coughs. So they were nearly twice as sick, and more of them were sick because their immune systems were lowered and their bodies could not fight off that virus. So stress makes a person more likely to get sick. But you can change this. Sorry about my slide there. The presence of anxiety is unavoidable. It's not going away. Now, I want you to know that. Moving to the country, I mean, it might help a little bit, but we live on the earth where life is just stressful. But the prison of anxiety is optional. You don't have to stay in the prison of anxiety. You can learn to live through these very exciting times without having negative consequences to your body. Scripture says, do not fret, it only causes harm. The Bible is such a great place to get instructions for living. I believe it says 365 times not to fear, and that is basically what stress is. It's fear. We are afraid that something is not going to go the way we want it to go. And God doesn't want us to live in fear. We don't have to. This is what I want you to know tonight. I want you to know that God has a plan for you, that you can trust that He has a plan for you. You can trust that He loves you. You can trust that He cares about the details of your life. You can trust that if He can hold the very sun in the sky, I mean, just ponder that for a minute. Go outside if you haven't been outside lately and look at the sky. Guys, He made it. He holds the sun in the sky. He holds the moon in the sky. He makes the earth go around. If He can do those things, then He can help you with your trouble. He can help you with your marriage. He can help you with your kids, in your school, in your job, whatever the issue is. God wants to be a part of it with you, and He wants us to ask Him. So I want you to commit right now in this class. I want you to think about this. If you have not budgeted time in your day to get quiet and to have some time of thanking God for the things in your life, thanking Him for. If you think, my life is falling apart, my marriage is falling apart, my kids are falling apart, we're all falling apart, then start with, thank you for the sun. Thank you for food. Thank you for air. That will breathe deeply and just have a grateful heart. Listen to worship music. If you were on the call, you heard some worship music. Worship music changes the atmosphere in a room, and it changes what you're thinking about. Scripture says, rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice. You cannot be grumbling and full of fear. I mean, maybe you can, but I think it's a little bit harder if you are being grateful and you're rejoicing in the Lord. So you get to choose what you think about. You get to choose what goes in your mind and in your ears. You are the gatekeeper of those things. So it's impossible to have abandoned laughter and joy and weighty anxiety at the same time. You get to choose which one you're going to entertain in your head. These are mental choices. Okay, so it's time to take inventory. A body heavy laden with toxins will not feel light and cheerful. Who's tired of being stressed? Maybe you're not stressed, but somebody in your life is stressed and you're wanting to help them tonight. Take inventory mentally and physically. Like I said a minute ago, I want you to evaluate what you're listening to. Do you have the TV on in the background all day? If so, you are stressed. What radio station are you listening to? Don't listen to too much news, guys. What are you watching? Are you watching a lot of YouTube and TikTok? What are you thinking on? You might be emotionally toxic if you are not intentionally choosing good things to think on. So think about that. You're the gatekeeper. Now, let's talk about your physical environment. If you're in an environment with plugins and candles and fragrances, then you can expect to have a headache. And what happens when you have a headache? You feel stressed. You're like, am I dying? Do I have a tumor? I mean, we always go straight to, the worst case scenario. Are you wearing clothes with fragrance, washed in fragrance? If so, then your hormones are off. There's no question about it, because the fragrance in your clothes are endocrine disruptors, and they are rubbing off on your skin, and they are altering your hormones synthetically, and your body is stressed. I mean, you can make some very simple changes to relieve the toxic stress load in your body. Sometimes we think that our problems are super complicated and they're going to have an expensive, complicated answer. I promise you, if I'm giving you 4 steps tonight to change the stress load in your life, and if you will do these 4 things, I want to hear from you in a month or so, and I promise you, you will feel differently about your days. So, change the toxic load physically in your body. Most of y'all here, I imagine, are signed up on, you have a Young Living account. So use it. If you just got in with an oils kit, that's awesome. But Young Living is literally the Amazon for wellness products. And you don't have to read labels and wonder if this is going to hurt you and wonder if this is going to have an ingredient that's going to stress your body or be an endocrine disruptor. Just go onto your Young Living account and switch out your detergent, switch out your household cleaner, switch out your lotion, your shampoo. These things make a difference in your blood and in your hormones, and will make a difference in your toxic load. The National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health studied almost 3,000 ingredients and found that over half of them, this is crazy, over half of them cause biological mutations, reproductive problems, and cancerous tumors. And you know what the FDA said? It's fine, just you can keep them in their products. So if you're shopping at Target for your household products and your laundry soap and your shampoo, you can thank the FDA for the toxic load that you're carrying. Hold on, we have people in the waiting room. Okay, it's super simple. It is not complicated. We cannot talk about hormones without talking about the death hormone. Does anybody know what that one is? Anybody want to put it in the chat box? I bet some of y'all know what the death hormone is. It's cortisol. But I don't want you to hate cortisol. I want you to understand it. We need cortisol for normal brain function, for immune system, for muscle tone, for strength, for blood circulation, and sugar levels. Cortisol wakes us up in the morning, so we need it. I don't want you to hate it. Yes, it's earned the name, the death hormone, for a reason, because cortisol out of balance will lead to adrenal fatigue, burnout, that spare tire around the middle. Cortisol seems to increase with age. So if you're 40, 50, 60 or above, you might want to look at your cortisol. It can lead to high blood pressure, obesity, blood sugar imbalances, a low sex drive, muscle wasting. Have you ever seen a man he used to be a weight lifter, and then all of a sudden, like, he's got like man boobs from his muscles? You know what I mean? That's muscle wasting. Adrenal exhaustion, and even cardiac arrest. So you can see that cortisol out of balance is a huge problem. What happens when we get super stressed? When we live in fight or flight? Our cortisol, it skyrockets. God gave us cortisol to give us energy. But when we have cortisol elevated too much, too long, it can lead to death. So how do we keep this scary hormone in balance? First, we implement the above recommendations. You get your thought life in order. You guard what you put in your eyes and your ears. You ditch the toxins, because you're the gatekeeper of your body, mind, and soul. Be a good gatekeeper. And then, oops, sorry, I'm not very good with my slides. And then I'm going to give you some supplements. Now, I want you to know that Young Living has got the best supplements and the best oils, but I promise you, if you will get control of your other lifestyle choices, it will make your supplements and your oils will work better for you. Okay, so PD 80/20 will help keep cortisol in balance. It's 80% pregnenolone and 20% DHEA. A decline in DHEA is directly correlated with lower energy, obesity, memory loss, and broken sleeping patterns. Enough DHEA will keep cortisol in balance. If you don't have enough DHEA, you will not be able to keep your cortisol in balance. If you have breast cancer in your direct line, like mom, grandmother, like just straight up, then you want to take the cream and not the capsules. First, I don't know the answer to this. We can ask Dr. Purser when he Zooms with us on July 15th. He's the creator of PD8020 and the cream of it, of why we need to take the cream over the capsule if breast cancer is in our line. I'm not sure the answer, but he can tell us that. So you want to take your cortisol if you know that it is elevated. So to keep it balanced, you'll take PD8020 or the Pregnenolone Plus cream. That's going to balance it. If you know your cortisol is elevated, you want to take Cortistop. Cortistop will clearly, I love how Young Living names products for what they do. Common sense. Cortistop. You can literally look at a bottle and know exactly what to do with it because of its name. Sleepy eyes. Like I said, you want cortisol in the morning to wake you up. You don't want to stop that in the morning. So you're going to take your cortisol before bed. It's not a long-term supplement. It's not going to be one of those things that you take every single day. You're going to get your cortisol under control by exercising. If you can exercise 45 minutes a day, that will help keep your cortisol under control. Change your thinking. Don't be so stressed. And take your PD8020. Your cortisol will come into balance, and then you won't have to take Cortistop long term. Okay, now let's move on to supplementing our bodies. Now I have a question. Would you send soldiers to battle without guns, ammunition, and tanks? No, of course you would not send an army to battle without ammunition. It's the same thing with our bodies. Our bodies go to battle for us every single day. So we need to give our bodies the ammunition that they need in order to fight the stress, in order to recover from daily stress, in order to have the hormones to handle different situations. So if you know the answer to this, if you were in my class last night, you can't answer. But everybody else, you can put the answer in the chat box if you know the answer. Do you know what is more effective than CoQ10 for supporting heart function? This supplement is better than echinacea for amplifying immunity. It's better than oat bran for lowering cholesterol. This one product is more powerful than St. John's wort for treating depression. It's better than lutein for preserving vision. This one product is better than milk thistle for regenerating the liver. This whole body supplement is superior to insulin for controlling diabetes. And it's been shown to combat cancer in over 50 clinical studies. That's a lot of clinical studies. It has the highest protein count of any fruit on the planet, 15% protein by weight and 21% by fiber. Where's my chat box? Yeah, you're so good, Ningxia. That's right, it's Ningxia, it's the wolfberry. And the beautiful thing about Ningxia Red is it's the whole fruit. It's the whole berry. You get the fiber, you get the protein, it's a puree. So to say that Ningxia Red is important is a great understatement, okay? If you want to know more about Ningxia, I mean, I have a book this thick that I pulled this information out of. There's been a lot of research on Ningxia Red, and there are whole classes on Ningxia Red that you can take. But just trust me on this. You want Ningxia Red in your house for your family, and you want it every day. All of those things that I named, you would need a cabinet full of bottles. This is one bottle. I love how I have been able to streamline what's in my supplement cabinet and what's underneath my sink for cleaning through Young Living. They've just compacted so many great products for us so that we don't have to have cluttered cabinets. So you want Ningxia. Your body needs this powerful antioxidant, blood sugar balancing, cell cleansing, whole body supplement because it's literally, in my opinion, the best whole body supplement on the planet. Okay, moving on. Now you need a full spectrum premium multi-nutrient supplement that provides vitamins and minerals. Now, like I said, if your body doesn't have all the vitamins and minerals and nutrients that it needs to combat daily stress, you will age faster and you will break down into sickness regularly. So God made our bodies to need vitamins and minerals because the vitamins and minerals are the ammunition that it needs in order to combat the daily stress. Dr. Purser formulated Master Formula for us. It is a food-based nutriment that supports overall health in both men and women. It was designed for people who have genetic trouble absorbing nutrients. Therefore, it's probably the most highly absorbable multivitamin pack on the market. I have personally taken it for about 10 years, which includes my last pregnancy. If you don't know me, or I didn't say this in the beginning, I have 11 kids ranging from 7 to 29. So I loved how I felt with taking Master Formula through that pregnancy. I have married daughters who have taken it through their pregnancies as a prenatal and through nursing. And I'm so happy that they do that. It is a beautiful supplement, so you're not having to change things out through different seasons of your life. It's just packed. It has 2 phytocaplets, 1 liquid vitamin capsule, and a tablet to deliver all these nutrients on a daily basis. So inside the box, you get 30 little sleeves. And I love it. Okay, moving on to essential oils, which you probably thought I was going to do that first. So essential oils, Young Living is an essential oil company. They are the global leader in the world. And whenever I talk about oils, I always have to start with why Young Living, because if someone was to take something I said, like frankincense will change your life, it will help your arthritis, and they go and they pick up frankincense from Kroger, they're hurting themselves. They're not going to change their life, you know? So it's important to me to always talk about the seed to seal. Young Living is the global leader in essential oils for a reason, not because they're good at marketing, because of, quite frankly, they suck at marketing, okay? It's true. They have never made a product for profit. They always have made a product for people, a product for a purpose. All of their products are made with a reason. Their marketing is slowly catching up, but quite honestly, those of us who have been to the farms and have experienced the products, we're the ones talking about them and doing the marketing because, yeah. But I'm happy about that because I would rather have an awesome product than a company with beautiful marketing with a substandard product. So their research, though, is on point. They have over 25 years of research and testimonies backing their products. They own their farms and operate different partner farms on almost every continent. And the beautiful thing about this is that you can go to the farms and you can help hand weed like my kids got to do for a month in Ecuador. You get to go and you can watch them distill. And it's a total experience. So they're completely set apart. They're 100% transparent. They have nothing to hide. They never have GMOs or pesticides. So their quality is by far set apart. Go to seedtoseal.com to look further into that. So before I give you the oils that will help you with your stress, let's recap. I want you to correct your thinking patterns. Your brain is very powerful because that's the way God made it. So You get to decide what you think on. Just because a thought lands in your head does not mean you have to think about it. Do not have toxic thoughts. You do not have to be a toxic person in your head and in your emotions. You get to control what goes in your eyes and your ears and what you ponder on. So, step one, take control of that. Step two, ditch the toxins, both emotionally and physically. Young Living is here to help you ditch the toxins physically. There's no reason to go hunting around 5, 6, 10 different stores because you're going to get the best price shopping monthly through your own Young Living account, which I believe most of y'all have. So if you're not on Essential Rewards, just get on Essential Rewards and start ditching your toxins and shopping with your free points and enjoying all of that. Okay, flood the body with nutrition, Ningxia Red and Master Formula. It's very simplified. And now, once you've done those 3 things, when you support yourself with oils, you will feel the most impact with your oils. You will feel the difference with your oils. If you skip the first 3, yeah, your oils will help, but not as much as they will if you'll take care of the first 3. Okay. You can never go wrong with an essential oil massage when you are stressed. In a 2014 study by the American College of Healthcare Sciences, 58 hospice patients were given a hand massage once a day for a week with an essential oil blend, which consisted of equal ratios of bergamot, frankincense, and lavender with a carrier oil. So those essential oils were mixed and a massage was given. All patients who received the aromatherapy hand massage reported less pain and depression, concluding that the essential oils, a massage with the oils works better than pain medicine. So, such a simple thing to do. Those are not expensive oils. Just get your oils and do a hand massage. For years, when my husband was very sick, I gave him a back massage with the raindrop technique kit, which is a series of essential oils. And every single time I would give him that massage down his spine and on his feet, every single time he would say, "I feel so good right now." So don't underestimate the power of an essential oil massage on your back or on your hands. Just get it done. Okay, let's relax the body by taking some oils internally. If you will take frankincense under the tongue, it will immediately relax your body. Frankincense is my stress oil, so if I'm feeling a little bit stressed, I'll just put it all over myself topically and I'll breathe deeply. Knowing how to breathe deeply also helps to relax your body when you're stressed. You know, taking the time to count up and to count down as you exhale will help you. And if you do that with an oil, you will relax. I am giving you my family's favorite oils. There are so many other oils that you can choose from Young Living to help you relax and to de-stress. But if I was to cover them all tonight, we would be here till 10 o'clock or longer because there are literally so many. So I've just collected my family's favorites. Okay. Aroma CS, and I don't have slides for these. I want you to write them down. So this is the time to have your pencil out for sure. Aroma CS. You can get this one free tonight. I mean, free this month. Young Living has a lot of freebies, and they give different products free. So if you haven't placed your order this month, you want to place it so that you can get your Aroma CS free, because Aroma CS is one of those that we use all the time. It helps relax your muscles and it helps fight mental fatigue. So you're going to use it for a shoulder massage or on your back. You're just going to get it on your body. It has basil, marjoram, lavender, peppermint, and cypress. So several of those, the basil, marjoram, peppermint, and cypress, are in the raindrop technique kit that I told you I've used during the years that my husband was sick. I say I used it. We still use it. I gave 4 of my family members a raindrop massage this afternoon. So yeah, it's a powerful thing. But I like Aroma CS because it combines those oils, and it's a lot like the raindrop, but in one bottle. Okay, let me take a drink. Hold on. Jade lemon. Jade lemon will help improve your memory and promote relaxation. Have you ever noticed that when you're stressed, like you'll forget someone's name or you'll forget something important? You're like, but I know this. It's on the tip of my brain. I'm just stressed. I just can't think. And the more you try to think, the more stressed you get. Okay, so I've got an oil for that. I've got a lot of oils for that, but I'm just pulling out a couple. Jade lemon will help with that. You're going to put it on your shoulders. You're going to put it on your hands. You're going to breathe it deeply. So you want it to touch your pineal gland, your olfactory glands. You want to breathe it through your nose so it hits your brain. Get it on your body. You can put it in your diffuser. Just get it on. The Excite Oil blend has basil and jade lemon in it. So you can I love how Young Living puts blends together so that we are not always having to make our own roller bottle blends. I love the Excite blend. So that one has basil, jade lemon, ocotillo, Canadian fleabane, black pepper, which helps to, it's stimulating and energizing. Black pepper increases the plasma adrenaline in your blood. Well, that's what plasma is. It increases the adrenaline. So it's going to give you energy. Like if you can picture a wilted plant, and when you water that plant and the leaves come up, that's what black pepper is doing for you. So it perks up a wilted soul. So it has black pepper in it. It has Northern Lights black spruce, nutmeg, which nutmeg and black pepper have been 2 of my husband's big time go-tos when he has a stressful day at the office. Nutmeg lowers the blood pressure. So if you struggle with high blood pressure because you're stressed, then take nutmeg in a capsule, and black pepper also. And then the last one in the Excite oil is tangerine. All of the citrus oils help fight against feeling down and sad, depression. So that's a beautiful oil, and I love the way it smells. And you might want to add that one to your list. Okay, I've had a lot of DIY parties at my house, and the #1 roller bottle blend that people request over and over and over is called Namaste. And if you're on the health support page, which I hope that all of y'all are, you should be, you can just type the word Namaste in there and the post with this recipe will come up also. So it's 8 drops cedarwood, 8 drops frankincense, 6 drops vetiver, and lavender. You can switch out sandalwood for cedarwood, but the difference there is like $100 versus how much is cedarwood? Does anybody know? I don't know. I can't remember. It's between 11 and 20. It's not an expensive oil, and I find that we get similar results using cedarwood. Sandalwood is beautiful, and I love to use sandalwood, but we don't always have sandalwood. So cedarwood interchanges very well in this recipe for that. Vetiver is super sticky and thick, but it is so relaxing. So if you are super high stressed, you might want to add more drops of vetiver. And you're going to have to roll that one between your hands like this, the bottle, to heat it up, or put it in your bra and heat it up before you use it. Just got to heat that oil up in order to get it to drip out, or it just won't because it's so thick. So, okay. So those are the steps to take control of your health, your stress. You are going to, who wants to name them? I'm going to look in the chat and see who is paying attention. I'm not going to say them again. I want to see if y'all can say them. What are the 4 steps? Oh, Callie, what if you're allergic to cedar but too broke for sandalwood? you're more than likely, you're not going to be allergic to cedar wood. Test a small patch on your skin. What causes allergic reactions from like trees and bushes is the pollen, like what's blowing from the plant. And so the oil is made from the sticky part inside. And so most people, I mean, aren't allergic to the inside of the plant. It's the outside that you're allergic to. Cedarwood's $12. Thank you, Candy. So yeah, you definitely, yeah, I'm hoping you're most people too. But I'm pretty sure you are, and I want to hear later. Okay, guys, somebody in the chat box, name the 4 steps. What are the 4 steps to, taking control of your stress? Let me help you. Adjust your thoughts. Good job. Cut out toxins. Okay. Alexis, switch 3 and 4. We're going to supplement and then add the oils. So adjust your thoughts, control what you hear and think. Saturate your body with supplements, and then, yes, add your oils. You got it. So, okay, thank y'all so much for coming tonight. You are going to receive an email from me. Hold on, I'm having a slight issue here. You're going to receive an email from me that has a 1 month checklist. It's a tracker so that you can keep up. It's beautiful. It has a scripture on it. You can put in the dates and you can print it and use it every single month. It has a place for notes. And you can hold yourself accountable. Are you doing these things? Are you controlling your thoughts? Are you taking your supplements? And you're also going to get a 3-month wellness plan in your email. So there you go. Get with the person who invited you to the class to go over the 3-month wellness plan, and y'all can have fun talking together over it. You're welcome. Thanks for coming, guys. Bye, Hannah, Sydney, Alicia, Claire, Candy.
Bye, Miss Terry.
Thank you. Good night. See y'all later. Hi, Amber. Hey, Richie. Oh, is Richie raising her hand? I'm really bad at looking at those. Richie, are you raising your hand? I'm so sorry. I did not see the hand raised. I need somebody helping me manage that. Hey, Quinn. Hey, Mom. Anna. Uh-oh, we have more people in the waiting room. Whoops.